You're welcome back to Election Brief. Now, minority political candidates locked horns on JoyNews' and Imani Africa debate with bold statements about why the electorate should consider them as a formidable third force. There were both moderate and radical proposals on the best way to deal with some of the endemic issues facing the country. We have highlights of the debate at the University of Professional Studies in Accra.
It was an electrified stage with the presidential candidates of the minority political parties sharing their vision, major policy alternatives and proposals to tackle the endemic issues stagnating Ghana's development. Each of the presidential aspirants had a message of hope for the country. Bridget Jogbanuku of the PPP, CPP presidential candidate Ivor Greenstreet and the APC's Hassan Ayariga, David Apasera of the PNC and LPG's Kofi Akpalu announced their major policy statements on the big stage. The debate centered around law and order, security, unemployment, among others. It took a heated turn when moderators asked the candidates what their economic recovery policies were for the country.
We have deficit in food, so we need to change our consumption pattern to produce locally what we eat and eat what we produce. This is what we need, a production hub. When we are able to build a production hub, we go on to a manufacturing hub, then an industrial hub. You don't jump from up and say you are building buildings in the sky. That will not happen under my leadership. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the problem is far more complex. We have a vast debt overhanging this nation. We have a vast amount of arrears that we haven't paid all contractors, all invoices, all state organizations, which are allowing this economy to be weighed under this level of debt. Merely by paying all of these arrears and not taking on new debt for new projects, cleansing the system of all these difficulties alone will provide a stimulus to move this nation forward.
Mr. Akpalu, you have that alternative?
Oh yeah, we need to create entrepreneurs here in Ghana. Millionaires, we need to create millionaires, we need to help people to make it right here in Ghana. Though I believe in FDIs, but we need to empower our own to make it right here in Ghana. So we need to create collective investment whereby millions of Ghanaians can put $500 each to create $500 million than bring in somebody with $500 million to invest here in Ghana.
Thank you. Madam Bridget Jogbanuku, the PPP has an alternative for us.
We've always talked about jobs. And one would ask, how do we create these jobs? I do something like that. And in trying to add value, the entire value chain of these industries are going to be providing jobs for the youth in this area. Indigenous industry, which therefore can be taxed and therefore can be revenue for the country. So let's start with the jobs.
Thank you. Mr. David Apasera.
Yes, certainly we need to look at investing in our people, encouraging our people to produce what we want. We cannot continue to rely on foreign imports. And we have to begin first with stopping the importation of finished petroleum products. We have a refinery in Ghana, and fortunately now we produce crude oil. We should be able to refine and rather export finished product rather than importing finished product. We are burning the dollar on the street, in our cars, and we say the city is falling.
Then came the radical proposals on how some of the candidates intend to deal with corruption and the perceived breakdown in security.
If we find that you're corrupt, that your salary cannot buy you the kind of cars you use, your salary cannot fetch you the kind of house you live in, you will have to answer to a special independent prosecutor, not the one we have, an autonomous special independent prosecutor. And he will take you on. You will declare your asset no matter who you are, and we'll have a social security that will track information of every Ghanaian working in Ghana, living in Ghana, and doing business in Ghana. It is very simple. Punish them and everybody will be scared. I will go to jail. The first day I become president, I'm going to sit in the cells. This is to show that anybody corrupt will not have it easy in my government.
If we try the tougher punishment and it doesn't restrain people from corruption, we have to go that length. And when we go that length, if you steal and you know, if you are caught, you will die, you will not steal. You are stealing to eat. And when you know that you will be caught and shot, you will not do it. And I think that Ghana has to be salvaged from corruption. Corruption is our main problem. That is causing us what we have, the misery that we have. Ghana is a fabulously rich resource country, and we don't have to be suffering. It is corruption. And, you know, we look at it, we've borrowed, and we can't show.
Madam Benuku, I saw the look on your face. You have a reaction to that?
About people being shot?
For being corrupt?
Well, let's implement the law and apprehend those who are involved in corruption first. I don't believe in people being shot for corruption, but I'm sure that there are tougher sanctions than what we are implementing now.
Yes, Mr. Greenstreet.
Well, the problem is, you can see that both of the parties which have been ruling us for the last 28 years have been corrupt. They go into opposition, they claim about finding things difficult. All of a sudden they're in office and they appear to be happy moving around with all the money in the world. They run flamboyant election campaigns. Nobody knows where any of the money comes from. They claim to be enforcing corruption. They lose power. Another party comes in. All of a sudden, they're leading flamboyant lives. Clearly, that's where the corruption is, with them.
And we're also going to compare everybody in this country to file his annual return, tax returns. Everybody, if you're 18 years and above, you're going to file your annual tax return. And that will disclose your income, your liabilities, and your assets. And it will help us to curb corruption one way or the other. So we also make sure our officers are paid and paid well, and they are paid on time. So corruption to us is everywhere, but we'll do everything possible, humanly possible, to eradicate it.
Do you pay bribes?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The debate undoubtedly amplified the voices of the minority political parties, if not a shot at convincing the electorate they are the third force the Ghanaian political landscape has been clamoring for.